My theory is that Pennywise doesn't do what he does for pleasure. He has to, like a wolf sinking its teeth into a rabbit's neck. It looks cruel, but if you see it from the wolf's side, you realize it's not evil, it's survival. Maybe you'd say, no, he's pure evil, a complete villain. But remember who created him, Stephen King. And Maturin is not his enemy. He is actually his ally, and I can prove it with evidence. But first, I need to tell the backstory of Pennywise and his world. You don't need to hit the like button, do a bunch of other stuff, or swipe across the screen to make it colorful. But if you want, subscribe. It would make me happy. Before time began, before the first stars were born, there existed a place beyond all understanding, a vast, endless void known as the Macroverse. In that place, two beings were created by the will of an all-powerful force, a godlike presence called Gan. One was Maturin the Turtle, a being of wisdom and balance. The other was something else, a creature born from chaos and hunger, the one we now know as It. While Maturin helped shape new worlds, 6 enormous forces were created to hold reality together. These were called the beams. Imagine the universe as a massive tent. The beams are like the poles holding it upright, and at the center stands the Dark Tower, keeping everything in balance. Each beam had guardians protecting it. But it existed outside of this order, lurking in the space between the beams, a void known as the Todash Darkness, a realm where even light itself refused to go. It fed on that darkness, and whenever the beams trembled, and whenever one of those cosmic tent poles weakened, it grew stronger. Eventually, one of those tremors tore a hole through reality and it slipped through. Banished from the Macroverse, it fell like a burning star and across the endless void until it struck a small, newborn planet, Earth. The impact was cataclysmic, as if a living asteroid had crashed from another dimension. It burrowed deep underground in a place that would millions of years later become Derry, Maine. There it slept for countless centuries, waiting, watching, until one day it sensed something new. When it awoke, it realized that humans carried something even more delicious than flesh, fear. And so it took a form that children would trust, a smiling, dancing clown. That's how the world first came to know the creature from beyond the stars, Pennywise, the dancing clown. In the novel, and even in parts of the films, we learn that Pennywise laid many eggs. That changes things. It makes more sense why he does what he does. Maybe it's about protecting his kind. And what about his long hibernation? Maybe it's not just to rest. Maybe it's guilt. Like bears who eat endlessly before winter so they can sleep through the cold instead of killing every day. Maybe Pennywise feeds, then sleeps to stop himself from doing something he hates, something he's forced to do. Maybe he's afraid of death too. Maybe he's not as evil as we think. But my next theory is a bit stranger. Maturin might actually be helping Pennywise. I know you'll say, no, he helped the losers or the others, but did he really help them? Or did he just lead people toward Pennywise so it could hunt them? Don't forget, in the novel we find out Pennywise laid eggs, and it's never made clear whether it was truly defeated. Why do I say this? Because Pennywise got everything it wanted. It fed, its offspring survived, and it was time for its hibernation. So it gave the losers something that made them back off, knowing that 27 years later, they wouldn't even be alive. Maybe this is all some kind of performance, like in the movie The Wailing. If you know, you know. Or maybe they even have an agreement. Something like, Pennywise stays away from the Dark Tower and remains on Earth, and in exchange, Maturin makes sure food is brought to it. Which one do you think makes more sense? And let me say this as well. Nothing on this channel is copied.